Everyone, my name is James Sharoma and I am the lead pastor of a church on the island of Oahu called The Gathering. And from our great state, I would like to give you greetings. Now, in Hawaii, when we greet each other, we say aloha, right? Aloha means hello, and aloha also means goodbye. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna count to three, all right, on the count of three. And after I count to three, I'm gonna point my fingers at you. That means that you will have to shout aloha as loud as you can, all right? Just scream your head off and say aloha and just say it as loud as you can, all right? So I'm saying aloha to you, aloha. Now on the count of three. 1, 2, 3. That's your signal. Aloha as loud as you can. Scream aloha. Okay, good. All right. I hope that your whole school could hear you saying aloha, because now you are spreading the aloha spirit out there in North Carolina. Now, I want to share with you a little bit about Hawaii and the spiritual climate of Hawaii. In addition to that, I want to share with you about our church and what God is doing through our church and what we believe God will continue to do through the gathering. All right, so let me start off by talking about the state of Hawaii. Now, the population of our state is somewhere between 1.3, 1.4 million people. And if you come to Hawaii, there are parts of our state that are very, very crowded. In fact, many of you may say that Hawaii is overcrowded, especially in the Honolulu area. We have high rises and yards are smaller, and it seems as though people are packed in. But when you go to the outer parts of the island of Oahu, and especially if you go to the neighbor islands, it's not as crowded. In fact, very, very beautiful and peaceful, and whatever you think of as paradise, you will see on the neighbor islands and on the outer parts of the island of Oahu. So when you hear that Hawaii is paradise, it is true. All right, but you also have to be aware that Hawaii is a very, very busy state. In fact, you can look this up, that as far as traffic is concerned, the island of Oahu or the city and county of Honolulu has one of the worst traffic conditions in the nation. Okay, it's very, very, very bad. Okay, so, but with that, we also have our beauty. You can drive out, you can look at the ocean, you can look into the mountains, waterfalls, you can go hiking. Hawaii is a very, very beautiful state. In fact, one of the comments, actually I hear a lot of people from the mainland, when they fly into Hawaii, they say, wow, look at the sky. The sky is so blue. That's the bluest that I've ever seen, the sky. And then they talk about the ocean and how blue the ocean is and how green our mountains are. And people are just amazed at the beauty of Hawaii. So, yes, Hawaii is a very, very beautiful state. However, we are a state desperately in need of God. When you look at statistics will say that upwards of 5% of our population, I would say not more than 5%. In fact, I believe that there's less than 5% of our population that is actually saved when we talk about what it means to be a follower of Jesus. Okay, so when you look at the actual definition of what it means to follow Jesus, and what do we mean by that? We mean that people who genuinely believe that Jesus died on the cross for their sins, believe that Jesus suffered the wrath of God for our sins and that he rose from the dead, and people who believe that Jesus rose from the dead, and they believe that with all their hearts. And we're talking more than just mental knowledge, we're talking about a heart change. And so, based on that definition, and especially this one, that they've asked Jesus for forgiveness and they've repented of their sins and they turn their lives over to Jesus. They've surrendered themselves to Jesus, and then they meet Jesus, right? That's when we're truly saved, when we meet Jesus. And when we meet Jesus, everything changes. And so based on that definition of what it truly means to be a believer, I believe way less than 5% of the population in Hawaii is actually saved. Okay, so